This nest box has an eastern bluebird in it, and she has about 5 eggs. Just knock on it in case she's in there. Doesn't look like it, but we're gonna stand to the side because I opened it the other day and she came flying out. Nope. Okay. So just check on them. They look good. There's all 5 of them. I have issues with wrens occasionally. I haven't seen that in a long time. And I think we had one when I was a kid that got into the box, but it's been such a long time ago. And I've seen numerous pictures of them with bluebirds that were dead, or they had started to build the nest on top of the eggs. So we're also going to go look at a robin's nest on our front porch. And this is the robin's nest, which is on a wreath on our front porch, and it's been here for several years. And there is just one egg in there currently that she laid yesterday. So we'll see if she lays another one today. So we're going to check the robin's nest again. There should be 2. Yep, 2 eggs now, so she's up to 2. So yesterday being Thursday and today being Friday, and these strings that are on here is because the nest fell down, I don't know, 2 years ago, and it was towards the end before the babies were going to fledge, and we decided to kind of rig it back up. So that's what those are for. We're gonna go plant some potatoes. So these potatoes are Elbas, which are going to go into the containers. And then we also have some Yukons and some dark red Norlands that we're going to plant as well. Okay, so we are going to do square foot garden, which is 4 seed potatoes per square foot, and this 8 square feet is going to be the Yukons, these ones, and then I might have a couple stragglers. I end up putting some over on this side, but the second square foot, or 8 square feet over here, is going to be these Red Norlands. So we're going to do that. I probably get serenaded by the roosters as we're doing that, because we're being watched by one of them and a couple hens. What are you doing? So I like that. This one's really big. I should have really probably cut that down, but I just left it. I just kind of lay them out about where they'll be so I can get an idea. Because I did count these before, but I don't remember how many there were. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 13. Alright, so we need to shuffle this way a little bit. It is raining just slightly, but not too bad. That's nice because we can get a lot of rain in March, so I'll take it. Alright. We'll start getting these guys in the ground. I'm going to plant them with the these eyes up, so they're already coming up in the right direction. It's a big chunk of something. So we'll be back when they're all in. We're getting ready to cover them up. So we're just down to the last couple here. I'll show you real quick. Covering them up. I did cover some of the ones at the end up already, because it's starting to rain pretty good. So, get you situated. Cover these up. That over there. Now these are about 4 inches down. I will be putting another 2 inches of soil on top because I need to top this bed off. And currently all of our stuff is going to be planted in beds because where the garden is at, the ground's really wet. Because our whole backyard is usually, it gets really hard for us to mow in the spring because we get so much rain. By the time it finally starts to calm down and we can actually mow, it pours, and then the yard's soaking wet again. So this out of the way. And this is just a frost covering that I had on to give the soil some protection. And there's a worm. That's awesome. Because I did plant broccoli and what else did I have in here? Broccoli, kohlrabi, cabbage, some spring stuff. They like the cold, but I'm pretty sure something got in here and ate it, because it did start to come up and then it just kind of wasn't there a couple days later. So I'm not sure what decided to eat that. Alright, we're about done with these ones. Cover everybody up. I'm not going to water them because this is already pretty wet and it's raining. So I don't believe we're going to need that. Just finish covering everyone up here. And we look good. So now we'll do the Elbas. So the first order of business is to take this container, dump it out on this garden bed here, and then hopefully leave some of the soil in there. Then we'll mix this in with this, because I'd put chicken manure in the shavings from the chicken coop on this last fall, so it should be looks pretty well processed, somewhat down. So we'll mix it up and put it back on top of the potatoes. There are holes in the bottom of this. Let me see if I can find them real quick. And they're covered. So there's one right here, but you can't see it very well. Oh, here's a better one. Right there. So we're just going to kind of even this out on the bottom, put the potatoes in, and then we'll cover them up with some of this down here. Okay, so for these, I usually just put 5 down. So 4, I make a little square with 1 in the middle, like that. And then just kind of stick them down in. Just a little. Whoops. Like that. Cover them up just a smidge. And just cover them up a little bit more. Like this, and then it's good to go. We'll just wait for it to come up, and as these ones come up, I'll keep adding more soil to this till I get to the top up here, and then I'll stop. Excuse me. And once I do that, then these are indeterminate, so they should, in theory, if I'm understanding it correctly, they will have potatoes all along the stalk that is underneath the soil, as opposed to the Yukons and the Red Norlands, which are determinate, and they just have potatoes where the seed potato was originally placed, or like around that same area, as opposed to all up along the stalk like these do. So that's how I plant my seed potatoes. So I have one empty one. I think there's 3 in this one of the Elbas, 4 in this one, 5 in here, and then these last 2 have 5 each. And if you'll see, I have this lovely critter, which is multiflora rose all over the garden. And I'm hoping when our goats actually get over here in a few months hopefully a few months, that they will go through and eat that down, because it's absolutely gorgeous flower, but not when it's where you don't want. So we're just going to cover this up real quick with this frost cover, just to protect it a little bit, because it has been kind of cold. Let's cover this back up. And I think we're good for now. So, I also have this, and there's one. This one you can barely see, is rhubarb. I had a couple friends last year that gave us some rhubarb. So this one's coming up okay-ish. I thought maybe the chickens had gotten to it. And this one seems to be doing pretty well. So hopefully we'll have some of our own rhubarb this year to make our jam instead of having to buy it.